Hi everybody, today we're going to see how I draw whiteout. Alright, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch just for myself, just so I know where I'm going to put everything. And you probably can't see this, but that's okay. This is mostly for me. This is just so I can make sure I get everything where it's supposed to be. And make sure that I don't fall off the screen too. Sometimes I do, and I start all the way over again. And it's not fun to do videos over and over again just because I didn't pay too much attention. So I just got to make sure that I have room for everything and find a good pose. Make your head a little bit bigger than normal just because it'll stand out more, or so you can see it. And let's see, make sure I get everything looking right. And her head is a little, this is the tricky part. I just did the overtaker, and the helmet is not round. It's got little creases on it, but it's hard to do because if you exaggerate, it looks way too bad. If you don't do it, it's not as big of a deal, but I like to put stuff like that in there. So let's see, what can we do with her? Let's do, ooh, I know what I can do with her. Let's give her a defiant stance, kind of like this. She's strong and knows what she's doing. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, like that. Okay, so that means the other one is going to be, I'm going to draw the other one like this. This one's facing at you. This one's going to be facing out, so you can kind of see the same thing. So one's facing at you, one's off to the side, right? Okay, so let me add a little detail into this hand real fast, just so I can make sure I get it right. Because I want to make sure you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, and I think that'll work for that. And there's not too much here. Basically basic shapes, because color is going to take care of this, because she is pretty much wearing a bodysuit, you know, a little racing bodysuit for the motorcycles. So there's not too much we got to do. So I think we're good there. Let's go ahead and switch over, or I'm going to switch over to Sharpies. You can continue or start with pencils if you'd like. With the big Sharpie. Okay, so I'm going to start off with her visor because I know where everything's going to be in the sketch. So I'm going to bring it down to a point like this and up like that, and it's kind of at an angle like that. So one side's a little bigger than the other. They come down like that, come down like that, and there's kind of this little diamond in the middle that accents it. So I want to make sure it's there. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. The shape of it, it's got tiny little bumps, just like that. Nothing too big, but it's something that we can't really ignore, but we can't go too crazy with it either. So I'm going to round it out at the top like that and do this. And you know what? It's a little high, so I'm going to go underneath with one more line like that. And go from here. Alright, so we're just going to do the neck of her jacket like that, and we're going to loop it around like this so you can see. And her hair is kind of a little bit out of it, like back behind her. So it's kind of hanging off is basically what I'm trying to say. So now I have those defined, I can draw the rest of her. So I'm going to give her some shoulders. She's got little shoulder pads like that. I'm going to go on this one, and the shoulder's going to disappear back behind her chest, like that. And I'm going to stop there for her jacket. And this arm, I'm going to come down like this and then bring this one up like that. And there's creases and folds from the way I'm doing it, so I'm just going to kind of do like this and then build off of that. Okay, so there's the back of her jacket. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it like that so we have a definition. And so now I'm going to draw her hands, and she's kind of out like this. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm just going to do the basic shape of the hand and then come back with details, because I know how I sketched it, so I know what I can get away with. And so I kind of do like this. And there's her hand. And so it's basically in the forefront, so you can't see too much else. So we can kind of get away with drawing stuff like that. And so it's off to the side. So that's facing straight at you. Let's do this one off to the side so you can see the detail in it like that. Okay. I drew a little crease in her arm right there. There's her elbow. And so now we're going to draw her forearm to that, to the glove, like this. And so I can draw her hand now. So I'm going to come up for the thumb, draw it over the fingers, draw the back of the hand up like this, and draw the pinky, draw the inside of the hand, and I can draw the rest of the fingers that you can see like that. And so you see how it's like this, like she's holding them out. So let's just draw the rest of her legs, which is pretty simple. We're just going to draw the basic shape. We're just going to follow it around with the sketch. So I'm going to draw her back end to her leg, down to where her boot's going to be. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the front. We're just going to draw the front down to her leg, knee, to where the boot's going to be. Same thing. Let's go ahead and just close it off. That way there's no confusion. So let's do the same thing over here. The inside, back, down to her boot. Close off that boot. Let's draw down to her knee, to where that boot is. Pretty simple, right? And there are some like little knee pads, I guess is what they are, like for racing. So we're just going to kind of do something like this. And I don't want to go too crazy because I want to do that with coloring. So I'm just going to do like that to accent that part of her pants. Okay, so now we just got to draw some boots. So I'm going to bring one side down like that to where the front of the boot is. I'm going to bring the other side down like this to the other side of the boot. And let's do the same thing over here so you don't get confused. Okay, down to her ankle like that. So now we're going to draw the front of her boot, which is going to come down like this. So let's draw this front. It's going to come down like that. And this is going to basically going to go over, up, and over again for the heel. And because it's covered up or facing straight at you, you don't get all that detail, but it is the same thing. You're going to go over, up, and to the heel. Okay? And she's got kind of like little treads that are basically just a thicker sole is all that really is. So I want the color to take care of the rest of it because it's such a cool little subtle suit. But I am going to add just a little bit of detail to her boot. And then the rest I'll do with coloring. So first I'm going to do this and then draw like these. She's got these little straps that go over her boot like that for some tiny detail. And you're welcome to draw this if you'd like. It's not that big a deal. I'm just drawing some stuff just to make it just to honor the technique and style that they put into the first design of it. Okay, and I think I'm just going to add just a few more little creases like this, just to show that the arm is bent, you know. And same thing here, just do something like that. No big deal, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I think I will let the color take care of the rest of it. So for now, that is whiteout. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used. Or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.